How's it going, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of games from the South American RLCS event that just finished last weekend. We're starting off with some goal line saves here. Complexity against Ninjas in Pajamas. We're on a Stromic POV from Ninjas in Pajamas for this game. And there's a few reasons why I wanted to make this video for you guys today. Number one, these games are absolutely insane. You just have to see them. Number two, South America is unbelievably entertaining right now. I would say more entertaining than ever for multiple reasons. Number one, the level of gameplay is crazy. I consider South America to be a major region right now, right up there with NA and EU, with MENA, a little bit behind. But there's also so many crazy scenarios that could be happening. Next RLCS event, the final online RLCS event of the year for SAM. And I'll explain what those are at the end of this video. But yeah, this is a crazy game. This is a super entertaining region, and I want to tell you guys more about that in this video. But before we get too in depth into the actual action on the screen, let me update you guys who have not followed along with the transfer window for these two teams. Now, Complexity, I've got Diaz. You guys will be familiar with Diaz if you've seen his 1v1 gameplay. This Brazilian Diaz, he played in Salt Mine 3, and he's played in show matches as well. Incredible ones talent. He's just started RLCS this season, and so has Swift, who's on the ball there for NIP. They are having some great debut seasons over in South America. Wisty as well, great debut season. Lots of up-and-coming players in South America to look forward to seeing for the rest of this season and onwards. But yeah, Complexity have gone with Diaz. They didn't get the results they wanted. They are back in South America this season, and they're kind of second to Furia. Well, very second place to Furia, who have established themselves as the dominant force in the region. And that's not what Complexity want. That's not what Razebull and CRR want. They want to be winning. So they decided to bench Dorito and go with Diaz, who is a super mechanical, hot prospect. And I kind of get it. I guess they're thinking we can teach this guy how to play threes our way, and it's going to surely work out well. And so far this split, it hasn't worked out too well. They have not put themselves in an advantageous spot when it comes to points, as I'll talk about more at the end of this video. But still, I think this team's got a ton of potential with Diaz. Obviously, Razebull and CRR they've got nothing to prove. They're up 2-1 here, and this is game 6 of a best of 7. They are winning 3-2 in the series overall. It's NIP who need a win in this game. Now let's bring it back to the present here. They have to win this game to advance to the semi-final of the tournament that just happened. And as things are starting, it's mostly defense for NIP, not the blistering offense that they want. Now, like I said earlier, we're in a Stromic POV for this whole game. Stromic is one of the, now OGs of the region. He's made multiple RLCS lands, multiple lands in general. It's a ghost hit that allows him to come back and get this ball. And yeah, the third on the team is Knight, who has also made RLCS lands in the previous season. Made it top 4 in Rotterdam alongside KV1 and SAD, if I remember correctly. So this is a very, very stacked team, and that's actually something else I wanted to talk about. Just how many stacked teams there are right now in South America. Look at the aggression, by the way. 2 in front of the ball, trying to go for a goal to equalize with over 2 minutes left in the clock. Didn't work out. I mean, that's what South America is all about. It's just about seeing the opportunity and going for it. No holding back, no hesitation. Just full faith in mechanics. And how about that from Knight? We're going to change POV for a second here, because this is outrageous from Knight. Intercepting Diaz with a pre-flip into an air dribble, into a pogo shot over Razebull, who did not see that one coming. Let's see it again from Razebull's POV, in fact, because this is just outrageous. From Knight in RLCS main event against Razebull. I mean, the power he gets in the pogo shot there, I think Razebull just completely underestimated it. No doubt he did mess it up quite a bit there. He probably could have got the save, but really well played nonetheless by Knight to get that equalizer under pressure in a must-win game. Yeah, looking at South America as a whole, Ninjas in Pajamas, stacked roster. Crew making a comeback this split. They're looking stacked as well. They've picked up Wisty, and they're looking better than ever. Furia, obviously the team to beat in the region. Team Secret went grand final. We've got a little headlock in the back corner there, of course, like in a must-win game. They're like, nah, wait, who broke that? How did this end up breaking? Let's see. Oh, it was a natural break. Oh, the ball bounced off them. No way. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. But yeah, let's get back to the present here. We're talking, stacked rosters. Furia, Complexity, 2 stacked rosters. NIP, Team Secret just made grand final in the previous regional by beating this NIP roster, if I'm not mistaken, beating Complexity as well, who just went up 3-2 now. They're just a couple of minutes, so 1 minute 22 seconds away from advancing to the semi-finals. But yeah, I make that, 5 teams in SAM when you include Crew as well, who have only lost this split to Furia. They've beaten everyone else they've played in Swiss and in the playoffs. That's 5 teams who all look like they could be real contenders for LAN. And the other team in this video is going to be Hero Base. We'll talk more about them later, but I think they're showing a great level right now as well. And so much young talent in this region. I really do feel that if not the end of this season, the start of next season, it's going to be a situation where there are 8 genuine contenders, if no players leave the region to join NA teams or move to NA or stuff like that. Stormy's taking a long time to recover here. He's just actually annoying Diaz in the net. I mean, this is crazy. Can we just take a second to appreciate the lack of rotation from Astromic here? He's like, nah, who needs to rotate? I'm just going to back up into the opponent's net and try and either redirect this or bump the goalie when a shot eventually comes in. I mean, who does this? They're absolutely sending everything at their opponent, still down by 1. And is it going to work out? Well, let's find out. They're losing time here, running out of time. Astromic off his own back wall. He air dribbles it up to Swift, who's pre-jumped into position. He's got a reset, but denied by Diaz. Oh, that's a massive deflection. And Raze pulls upfield for the redirect. And it looks like despite all their best efforts, NIP are not going to be able to make this comeback happen. Or will they? Take a look at this kickoff from Astromic. He's cheating left, pre-jumps the 50, and Swift is already up. He's hard cheated here. This is honestly insane. We need to take a look at some more POVs here. This is Knight. Both players on the right side of your screen are going for the kickoff. That means it's going left. Astromic reads it, gets it up to Swift with a huge high pre-jump block, and Swift drills this shot top shelf. I mean, well played, but is it going to count for anything? They're still down by 1 with 10 seconds to go. Here comes Astromic again. This time loses it towards Swift, who doesn't have a lot of boost but gets a huge hit up to Astromic. And now Knight involved in the play. He gets a redirect. Astromic with the read. They've actually tied the game, of course. You know everybody's jumping for that. They're all up in the air. It's panic mode. But in South America, it's constant panic in defense because you know the offense are going to be up. If anyone in defense misses, there will always be an attacker there to punish it. It is non-stop entertainment. I'm telling you, this region is a must-watch right now. If you're just a fan of aggressive mechanical Rocket League, then definitely tune into South America. And yeah, there are so many teams also vying for a major spot right now with so many tiebreaker scenarios. If you like tiebreakers for RLCS majors and indeed Worlds, then you're going to want to watch South America Event 6, the final event of the season. But we're not done here. NIP still need a win or else they're going to be eliminated. All that hard work coming back is going to count for nothing if they can't get a win here. But they are surviving again in defense. This time they are spreading themselves out a little bit more. They've calmed down a little bit now that they've tied the game. No need to take all those risks again. Astromic covering middle. Diaz does deflect to back corner though and get the boost steal. Astromic really just trying to find gaps to go and grab the big boost in the corner. And then looks to cover middle again. Backs up CRR, who has full control in the position. A strong 50 by Astromic. And even a bump onto Razebull as well. And he got so much in that exchange for him and his team. And now back they go to start again. CRR up. Great read by Astromic. And it goes to full weight. That is game over. They take game 6. And it's honestly a great read to finish. I think he knew even from this angle that that's a bit of a stretch from CRR. You can see that he's not respecting CRR's hits on that ball because it looks like it's just a bit too far away from him. And I think if we go CRR's POV, you'll see that yeah, he didn't get this quite right. If he could have got this right, then maybe he could have had it. But yeah, even a bump in fact onto CRR, so he wasn't far off. Astromic could see that yeah, looks like he's missing, slams it, and they win this game. And NIP did go on to win the series in 7. Huge result for them, keeping their season, keeping their split alive, and really putting themselves in the driver's seat of their own destiny. But we're going to watch Game 7 of a different series. You might be wondering, well, Johnny, why aren't you showing us Game 7 of Complexity versus NIP? But it's because I want to show you this Game 7 from a totally different series, which also ended up being a screamer of a series. Now, I'd actually encourage you to go and watch the whole series for both of these series. They were unreal. The start to finish, but we're on Lost POV here for Game 7 of Furia versus Hero Base. Hero Base is Sad, Drops, and Klaus. Drops and Sad have made RLCS lands before. Klaus, I believe, has not, but he's a long-time player in this SAM region. This is a very dangerous team. There's so many mechanical teams in South America right now, This isn't just another one of them. They're having some great results at the moment, Hero Base. Putting themselves in the mix, just keeping themselves in a similar kind of position. Still with a shot at making LAN, making Major 2. But if they can really do well in the final event of the season. Lost up immediately there, last man, pre-jumping out of defense, as you'll see a ton from this guy. The reason I want to go Lost POV is because this season I think he has been just the guy for Furia. I mean, Jan is always the player who's known as the best South American player, the best Furia player, and I've talked so much about Jan in the past. I want to talk more about Lost. I think he's having a great season, and the thing that really impresses me about Lost right now is that although initially when he came onto the scene as a talent on the club who actually took Furia to Game 7 in 2022 Dallas Worlds to eventually finish 13th to 16th, he has become, he was a very attacking-minded player back then, very risky and super all-in, kind of just epitomized the South American gameplay. And now he has really refined his game, and I think his time in North America helped him do that, where he played alongside Jan and he played alongside Card, and he didn't need to do as much in offense for that team as other rosters that he's played on in the past, where he maybe had to do more, or otherwise the team's just not going to get goals, not going to get pressure, not going to get chances to score. And now on this roster, I think he understands, with playing a long time with a player like Jan, you don't need to force the issue as a solo mechanical talent. You can just play solidly, and your teammates are going to cook as well. And adding Drafinho to the roster as well, I mean, this really is a super team, as everyone can see from watching their performance at Copenhagen. I don't think anyone needs to convince that Furia can peak as one of the absolute best teams in the world. Questions about their floor, obviously, after looking very disappointing against Vitality in the playoffs in Copenhagen. But no denying this team's peak. And when you guys understand how good that Furia team is, then also start to realize, well, how good is the rest of SAM becoming? This is a region that Furia dominated in Split 1. And now, Complexity were the number 2 team fairly clearly in Split 1 as well, with NIP getting maybe a bit unlucky in Split 1, facing Furia a whole bunch, kind of like what happened to Space Station Gaming in North America. But now, in this split, NIP, Hero Base, you've got Team Secret, Crew, they're all stepping up, they're all looking very dangerous. And this is another team that has really impressed me, Hero Base. Going Game 7 with Furia is already extremely impressive, but they're under the pressure right now. Bit of a panic in defense, and they do concede 1-0. Furia going to take the lead here. There's plenty of time left so far for Hero Base. They don't need to panic just yet. They don't need to throw the kitchen sink at their opponents. They might now, as another goal goes in. Jan at the end of the infield pass. And it's 2 for Furia, 93 seconds to go. And they're looking like they're going to be on their way to another semi-final. Furia winning 3 straight events in South America before this. Regionals 2, 3, and 4 all went to Furia. This is Regional 5. And they are not slowing down their pace. Jan tested in defense, does well. Great read by Lost, able to ping that one clear without any difficulty. Doesn't get the pre-jump in the right direction, but no problem. Just rotates back down. And that, of course, would have been a great pre-jump had the attacker dribbled straight at the goal, air dribbled straight at the goal. Lost here, making sure to play ball. Could have gone for the boost there and left the ball. Did not want to do that. Another pre-jump, but another recovery by Lost. And notice he's pre-jumping immediately pretty much every time. He is getting up in the air to make sure that he can get in the way of the attacker. Oh my goodness, Klaus with a huge play. Look at this mind game by Klaus with not really any other option to go for. Completely fakes out Drafinho, and Sad's ahead. Looking for the bump on Jan. That forced Jan to delay his challenge, and in it goes. Klaus makes it a 1-goal game with a lot of time left, but that's a massive mind game. And now here comes Sad, looking for another one, low 50, back to drops up into the air. It's immediate challenge by Lost, who's not slowing down his aerial defense. He's looking for some boost now. Small pads, flicking on and off the camera there to make sure he doesn't miss the small pads he's looking for. Also doesn't want to lose track of where exactly the game is going at any given moment. 0 boost. Now you're wondering, why did Lost flip that way? Didn't look like he's making contact with the ball. He didn't want to flip away from the wall and have a slow recovery. He wanted to maybe get a touch on the ball and then land immediately on the backboard again. You'll see pros do this a lot, where they want to land on the backboard after challenging. They jump off the backboard or jump off the sidewall and then go back onto it. How about this from Hero Base? The back post approach. We'll take a look again at what they've done here. Rotation by drops. He got the demo, turned around, and then slams it in the net. And this is a great thing to do while you look, after you look for demos. Whenever you get a boost steal, don't just immediately turn off ball cam and rotate out. There might be a chance to cut rotation and receive a pass, and that's what happened here for Drops. And again, we've got a very, very close game. 10 seconds, 2-2. I remember I watched this whole series live. This one was absolute edge of your seat the entire way through. It's like I said, I would encourage you guys to watch both of these series. The South American region has delivered, but if not these, if you're not going to go and watch VODs on the South American Rocket League channel, then definitely check out South American Event 6. I'm going to show you guys the point standings and where things are all at the end of this game. It is close. It is very, very close. And this split, I think, more likely than ever to result in tie breaks. Maybe not even just a 2-team tie break. It could be maybe 3, maybe 4. It's a beautiful ceiling challenge by Lost there. He's used all his boost though. That's going to mean another play where he's just looking. He could have definitely gone for small boost pads at some point here, but luckily for him, play did not need him to go back to defense anytime soon. Again, he just cuts off the air dribble before anything can really go wrong. And yeah, this is such an interesting game for Lost. I mean, so a lot of you will be familiar with this guy, familiar with his gameplay, familiar with his play style over the years. This doesn't look like him, but not in a bad way. This looks like a very defensive, a very positional Lost. And he has made some risky plays going really far back, really deep at times, but it's almost like he knows that nothing immediate is going to happen, which I'm sure there is an element to that. When you know nothing's going to happen, that requires your attention in the midfield, and you do have time to go back for big boosts like this. But you know, if Drafinho hit that crossbar right there, Lost would probably want to be there a little bit earlier. So my only complaint about this game is I would like to see him sticking around in small pads sometimes, not always just backing off. Looking for the demo there before backing out to mid. Drops, staying active in the play at the other end as he looks to cut rotation. Same for Drafinho. Notice how a lot of these players, when they're near the ball with zero boost, they don't just rotate back straight away, look for boost and let a teammate come in. No, they keep pressure. Because when you're out of boost, and you can still pressure the ball, that's usually a good trade. You're usually harassing an opponent who has boost and has a good play lined up. And since you're not investing boost in doing so, you're almost trading yourself, a bad player in the position, for a good one from the other team. Oh, 50-50 off the post. Huge save by Hero Base there. Sad. Not falling for Lost shenanigans. Over 2 minutes OT. Drafinho and Jan bump each other. Obviously, Jan was just recovering from a previous play, and now the deflection wide. Huge save coming through for Furia. It's Jan down the line. Lost looking for the demo. Drops, avoids it. That is a massive save. What a stand by Drops to dodge the bump and then get the save as well. And control comes through in defense for Sad, who's just trying to keep control here. 50s it back to Drops. Lost decides to take a touch. 2 minute 33 into OT. Lost just air dribbling the ball past one. 50s it with another. Boost steal against the third player. This is a phenomenal trade for Lost. He doesn't get the center ball he's looking for. It looks like his team were banking on him making good contact with that one. And here comes Jan. Drafinho swooping across the box. Up to Lost. Immediate reset. Rebound upwards into the ceiling. The defense equal to it for now as we get over 3 minutes into overtime. Jan attacking the back corner. Pings it middle. Sad deflects it far post. Drafinho's up quickly. Drops. Launches it on target but not quickly enough. Lost easily able to save that one. Just slowing it down for a brief moment before he takes it up into the air. Lost with the air dribble. It's not a good clear, and that's going to be a slot. 3-2 Furia take it. And unfortunately for Hero Base, despite surviving so well for the entire game, the last play is not a good one for them. That is not a good save coming out of Klaus. He just doesn't get enough on it. Drops for Starly here, and you know, it's a tough position because Klaus has got two options here. Either he gets ahead of the ball and backflips to keep it in the back corner, or he patiently waits for the ball to end up in front of him and he can hit it across his own goal into the back corner at the other side of the box. And both those plays are quite scary because if you try and go in front of the ball and backflip, if you get that wrong, you're just going to drop the ball down in front of Jan anyway. And if you wait, then there's always a chance that Lost, in fact, hasn't made his final touch. So we can see how much boost Lost has got. Klaus doesn't really know. So, you know, that bump also came through quite late. Let's actually watch this without pausing this time. So that bump there, I think Klaus might have already made his decision about positioning, assuming that Drops is getting nothing on this play. It looks like Lost is air dribbled over him, and if Lost is air dribbling clean over him, then obviously we do need to be goal side to stop Lost from 50ing it straight through us. Obviously, if he does continue air dribbling this ball, and he's right behind it, and you try and put it across your goal, it's in your net. So he probably got into position before realizing this bump is going to occur, and then he couldn't adjust accordingly, couldn't hit the brakes and react, couldn't get in front of the ball and react, and yeah, just dropped it down. It's not really an easy play at all, though, so I don't really blame him, especially in this high-stress situation. Really, I think Sad as well could have maybe done more here. I think if he trusts Klaus in this position, although Klaus is maybe getting... Okay, at this point, I think Klaus has got the play called out. Drops is going to force. Klaus is going to get goal side. Sad really should try and rotate a little bit wider, I think, and follow up on this touch. So if it does, get dropped down in this position, Sad would want to be there to cover the middle. You just put faith in his teammate rather than double committing on the save. And then leaving the mid open. But anyway, great series. Hero Base couldn't get it done, and as a result, they do end up losing in the quarterfinal. That was Game 7. The point standings after this event are as such. This is the split standings for South America. Furia on top, 36. Ninjas of Pajamas, who took down Complexity with a crazy Game 6 comeback and then a Game 7 win, won the whole event. So they went on to win the event. They beat Team Secret in the semi-final, and they beat Furia in the grand final. So they have come back from a disappointing event 1, and now they've tied Team Secret for second place at 28 points. But the reason this is super interesting is because the jumps in points are 4. For winning the event, if you notice, you get 20 points. Second place, 16. Then third and fourth, 12. And then 5th through 8th, 8. Those are all 4-point jumps. Now look at the next teams. Crew, 4 points off the pace. Complexity, 8 points off the pace. Hero Base, even W7M Esports are they're 12 points off the pace. So the amount of ties that are possible, obviously I don't think that Hero Base and W7M are going to be able to make up 12 points. That's a stretch for all of these teams. Well, for both these teams to get 8. You'd need to win the event as Hero Base or W7M to make up 12 points. Even if Ninjas of Pajamas and Team Secret go out in the quarters, you'd have to win the event. I don't have these teams winning the event, but if Complexity could probably peak with a win. They've done it before, and if Crew are second, which is I think it is possible, and then Team Secret and NIP are in the semis, which again is possible, that's a 4-way tie. So it's not likely, but it's possible for South America in this split to get a 4-way tie, if not 4, maybe 3 or 2 for the major spot. Tiebreakers for majors doesn't get any better than that. But yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. If you want to see more South American Rocket League, be sure to follow Rocket Street. Actually, I'm going to really quickly check. I know this this channel properly off the top of my head. It's Rocket Street Live, all one word, on Twitch. They're broadcasting the South American RLCS. Phenomenal gameplay, phenomenal casting. The casting's in Spanish, so I love that, even though I don't speak Spanish, only know a little bit of Spanish. It's still super entertaining to hear that, the hype. So yeah, definitely the best time to watch South America is now. You've got all the scenarios, you've got all the talent, you've got the entertaining play style. It's all happening. You're not going to want to miss that. But that's in 2 weeks' time. The Open Qual 6 starts on the 24th of May. And finishes on the 26th of May in 2 weeks' time. Well, not this weekend, but the one after, 2 weekends' time. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you want more South American RLCS coverage on my channel, then do let me know in the comments. But yeah, appreciate you guys swinging through regardless. And I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Take care.